We will start with a new chapter, and that is respiration in plants. First, let's learn about the definition of respiration. What exactly is respiration? So, respiration is the breaking of C-C bonds. So, it is the breaking of C-C bonds. So carbon-carbon bonds. So the bond which is between carbon and carbon. So respiration is the breaking of these carbon-carbon bonds of the complex compounds through oxidation. So what is oxidation? Oxidation means burning something in the presence of ATP. So breaking of carbon-carbon bonds of complex molecules through oxidation. So oxidation means burn in presence of ATP. In presence of oxygen. So that's why it's called oxidation. So you break the carbon-carbon bonds of complex compounds through this process, which is oxidation, that is burning in presence of oxygen within the cells, obviously plant cells, because we are talking about respiration in plants. Within plant cells, or we can just write cells, that is, here we are talking about plant cells, leading to release of energy, and this energy is in the form of ATP. So ATP is adenosine triphosphate. So in the this respiration actually leads to the release of the energy to do different activities, that is leading to release of energy in the form of ATP is the basic definition of respiration which is given. So again, it is the breaking of carbon-carbon bonds of complex compounds through oxidation within cells, leading to release of energy, which is in the form of adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP, which is also called as the energy currency of the cell. Now, let's learn about one more important term, which is called respiratory substrates. So what exactly are these respiratory substrates? These respiratory substrates are the compounds that are getting oxidized in this process. So compounds that get oxidized during the process of respiration. During this process. So the respiratory substrates is another term that we need to know. These are the compounds that get oxidized. Again, oxidized means burning in the presence of oxygen during this process. So this is what respiratory substrates are. Now we know that respiration can be of two types. It can be the aerobic respiration, or it can be anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is a type of respiration in presence of oxygen. So for this type of respiration, oxygen is required. In anaerobic respiration, oxygen is not required. So without the presence of oxygen, these organisms or the respiration can take place. That is anaerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, oxygen is required, and in anaerobic respiration, oxygen is not required. Now, in anaerobic respiration, if you talk about in anaerobic respiration, here what happens is glucose, The first step is that glucose, it turns into 2 pyruvic acid, which is also written as PA. So glucose turns into 2 pyruvic acid, and this process of glucose turning into 2 pyruvic acid is known as glycolysis. Glycolysis is the process that we normally give for glucose turning into 2 PA or pyruvic acid. Now glycolysis. Glycolysis is an anaerobic process. So let's write this down. Glycolysis is an anaerobic process. It's an anaerobic process, and glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm of a cell. So cytoplasm is the jelly-like substance which is present inside the cell. So here is where this is the main arena for this glycolysis to take place. So in cytoplasm many chemical reactions happen. So glycolysis is not exactly a single step process as shown here. It actually includes 10 sub steps which are included. We'll discuss about glycolysis in the next video, but for now we'll just write it like this. Glucose is turning into 2 pyruvic acid in the presence of glycolysis. This process is known as glycolysis. Now this 2 pyruvic acid, in case of yeast, this 2 pyruvic acid turns into 2 ethyl alcohol. So it turns into ethyl alcohol, which is also known as C2H5OH. And in this process, one carbon dioxide is given out. So this is in case of yeast. This is what happens in case of yeast. So glucose turns into 2 pyruvic acid, and this 2 pyruvic acid turns into 2 C2H5OH, that is ethyl alcohol, in case of yeast. And in this process, carbon dioxide is given out. This process is what we usually term as fermentation. So fermentation is the name that we give to when the 2 pyruvic acid turns into 2 ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH. In this process, 2 carbon dioxide actually. Because why 2 carbon dioxide? Because here 2 pyruvic acid, that's why it's changing into 2 ethyl alcohol. So everywhere there is 2. Now this glucose is actually a 6 carbon compound. So this glucose is a 6 carbon compound, and pyruvic acid is a 3 carbon compound. So 6 carbon compound is changing into 3 carbon compound, and this 2 pyruvic acid is changing into 2 ethyl alcohol, where 2 carbon dioxide is given out, which happens in yeast, and this is known as fermentation. Now in case of muscle cells or myocytes, here what happens, the 2 pyruvic acid changes into, so it turns into 2 lactic acid. So in muscle cells, the lactic acid, if the lactic acid is accumulating in the muscle cells, it leads to muscle fatigue. But here in this process, the 2 pyruvic acid changes into 2 lactic acid in case of the muscle cells, and glucose is a 6 carbon compound, 2 pyruvic acid is a 3 carbon compound, 2 lactic acid is also a 3 carbon compound, That's why there is no carbon dioxide which is given out as in case of yeast. And in both of the processes, two ATPs are released or are produced. Two ATPs are released in both processes, in fermentation and this process as well. So this is what happens in yeast and the muscle cells. So these are the two cases that we have taken a look at, where 2 pyruvic acid changes into 2 ethyl alcohol in yeast and 2 pyruvic acid changes into 2 lactic acid in case of muscle cells. So this whole thing is an anaerobic process. Now let's talk about the aerobic process. What happens in aerobic process? Aerobic. In aerobic process, there are several steps which are happening. The first one is called glycolysis. Glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm of a cell. The second one that happens is known as Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle. The third step that happens here is known as electron transport chain. And the fourth one which takes place is known as the oxidative. So the glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm, Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria, electron transport chain takes place in the inner mitochondrial membrane, so the inner membrane of the mitochondria, and the fourth step is known as oxidative phosphorylation. And oxidative phosphorylation takes place in F0, F1 particles which are also present in mitochondria. So these are present in the cristae, that is the foldings in the mitochondria. So this is what we include in the aerobic process. In the aerobic process, we include glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, oxidative phosphorylation. We talk about these 4 different steps. So glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm, Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria, electron transport chain takes place in the inner mitochondrial membrane, and oxidative phosphorylation takes place in the F0, F1 particles which are also present in the mitochondria. So in this video we discussed about the introduction to respiration in plants. Here we learned about the respiration. What is respiration? It's breaking of carbon-carbon bonds of complex compounds through oxidation within cells, leading to release of energy in the form of ATP, and respiratory substrates, which are compounds that get oxidized during this process, and aerobic process, which is where oxygen is required, anaerobic process where oxygen is not required, and in anaerobic process glucose changes into 2 pyruvic acid. This process is called as glycolysis, and glycolysis itself is an anaerobic process and it takes place in cytoplasm. The 2 pyruvic acid, which is PA, it turns into 2 ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH. This happens in yeast and this is known as fermentation, where 2 carbon dioxide molecules are given out. And in muscle cells, it changes into 2 lactic acid. So 2 lactic acid is a 3 carbon compound, 2 pyruvic acid is also a 3 carbon compound. That's why there is no carbon dioxide which is given out. And in both of the cases, 2 ATPs are released. So this is what we have taken a look at in anaerobic. In aerobic, here glycolysis takes place, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, oxidative phosphorylation. So in this video, we discussed about the basic introduction to respiration in plants.